This was Operation Transcription of RWBY, episode 9? No. Volume 9, episode 4. The duration is now going to commence. Okay. Let's see what's the story with you, curious cat. That is omnipresent? Is it omnipresent? Oh. Yeah.
Curious cat?
I don't go by. That belongs to the days and the years. I do suppose I am indeed a cat. Most curious.
Yeah. I love how small you are. Oh. Yes.
No sense in seeing a sight seen.
Really? Haven't you seen everything?
You helped Alex when she was...
Alex.
No?
She wrote a book about her entire adventure in the ever after.
Did she?
Look.
It's kind of a childhood favorite of everyone's where we're from.
Really?
Do I smell a mouse?
Oh.
From one cat to another. Could you give us a minute, please?
Oh, so they're spoken for.
The mouse, okay.
Got him. Totally roasted.
Oh god. Everyone is joking around, except Blake. And Ruby, obviously.
Yeah, we just need to keep their attention along the way.
Sure. Oh, a lot of butterflies came out of it? That's intriguing.
I sense a butt approaching.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that is fun.
No. Ever seen a scroll before?
Ooh. Fair. Okay, this is making this too entertaining for me. Oh, selfies. No. Wait, you're just telling it everything?
That CL girl from the Vital Festival ever come back in a notable way?
Who? Wait?
Characters to
Then again, she really... Okay, wow. Okay, I get it.
Some of the character voices were a bit uninspired. Looking at you, wise huntress.
Wow.
I'll certainly know more about the beginnings of remnants than Alex did. That girl could barely see past her own nose.
She learned her lesson in the end, right?
Did she?
I'd certainly say so.
Oh, you would say so. Garden's Acre. Alright, what's next? Ooh, cool leaves. Okay, Ruby's happy.
It never even occurred to me to Ali.
Oh, wait, you're going to the Garden Acre. Got it, okay, I misheard. I thought they were leaving it. Interesting. I do like different bridges. They're fun. Okay, I kind of want to check the opening. Is this the last acre we've seen in the opening? Because I think it is. There's only the 3 left after this. We still haven't seen Jean, and I'm confident we're not seeing him in this. I would have been spoiled if we did.
Hey, Rubes?
What's up with the roofs? I'm sorry, it just bothers me. I don't know why.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yes, you weren't. Granted, you do have a couple of things in your mind.
Lively Carpenter or The Rusted Knight.
Ooh.
One was sweet, one was handsome.
Shh. Repeat this. Repeat this twice. Let's hear it again.
Or The Rusted Knight. One was sweet, one was handsome. Attention span of a goldfish.
So one was sweet, one was handsome. The Carpenter and the Knight. Was. Why do I feel like the canon... If this canon, is it a ship? Because I know what I want to happen, even though I don't really care for romance. But I do have an opinion because they are doing romance. Every single girl is ending with someone. They are, this is a fact. It's not a delusion. I know the writers want to do that. I'm not saying it's what I want. Okay, I don't want to talk about ships. It makes me depressed. But I'll mention it a little because more foreshadowing to what I think the writers want to do.
What question?
Okay.
I am an herbalist.
Oh. He's a nice guy.
Until I'm not anymore.
Oh, good.
At least you're not.
Well,
Until you're not?
Everyone needs help these days.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Okay, is it referring to someone in particular? Ooh. That's a cool house, I guess? Maybe I'm... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've seen this screenshot. So this is where it is. The herbalist. The caterpillar.
What did you say you were again?
We're huntresses.
Ooh.
And what exactly does a huntress do?
Yes.
Are heroes.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Would you say that you're good huntresses?
Ooh, would you?
Look, can you help us?
Okay, so he needs to know your purpose.
In order to help you become whatever it is you need to become, you should really have a better understanding of what you are now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
This is how a king winds up a prince.
Okay, that sentence also means more lore stuff. King winds up. Yep, okay. A lot of info is being given to me, and a lot of things that I don't want to talk about, which I will talk about. Making that observation at the start is annoying me. I wonder. What's that? We'll see. Oh.
Just answer the questions.
Okay.
What?
You. Well, I guess now you have to answer. Possibly at least. I'm definitely more excited about one over the others. This episode is kind of short. Oh, previous version? Yeah. Hello there, young. What? Time travel powers? Is that an option? Good. They showed only the 3 of them. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Focus on Ruby, thank you. I'm glad they sped run through the others. Or at least they concluded, let's say.
It's up to you to make things better, isn't it?
Rough.
Against an invincible monster that took your mother.
Oh, very cheery. Cheery way? Cheery way. I like the background actually.
You can do whatever you want. Be whoever you want.
Yeah, you can.
You don't even...
Interesting. Oh. Oh. What was that? Why did you stop it?
Herb. Look
Herb?
across
Oh, herbalist.
and take a little bit of my heart.
What?
I do apologize.
What? One moment, because I'm gonna forget this. I did rewatch the last episode and the curious cat did have some sort of effect whenever touching the prince. And now it's doing it again. And I was just curious about it the first time, but now it seems like it's definitely manipulating the others. So, we'll see. I will forget it, that's why I'm mentioning it now.
Oh, huntresses, was it?
Huntresses.
Peculiar things.
Whoa. Okay.
I found the cat!
Yeah. Is that okay? I admit that was funny ending. It was a funny ending. Okay. Well then, was this an episode? It was an episode. And I guess I was not gonna forget the thing about the cat doing it because it literally was the ending. I saw this episode was shorter, but I hoped this volume is so insanely small and it's blowing through so quickly. Going by so quickly. I will just quickly say, regardless of the opinion of everyone when it comes to how the development has been handled of the RWBY girls, legitimately speaking, at the least, regardless how it has been handled, at least the other 3 members have had a lot of it. So, I mean, a lot, definitely a lot in comparison to RWBY. And that's where I was going with everything, that I'm happy that it seems like, even though technically Team RWBY is together, realistically I think this would have worked even better if they had only pushed, I was gonna say Jean and Ruby down, but Neo, I guess they have some sort of idea for her as well, but yeah, for now, it seems like they're kind of treating the other girls like they're not gonna be the super main focus. Maybe they'll be developing something with Blake and Yang, but I feel like that's also something that can easily be developed on Remnant. Didn't need to be here. I mean, there is another reason they can have Wise here and they want her to develop in a specific way with another character, which I'll talk about in a second. But first, the cat. The cat clearly has some sort of mind control powers, or at the very least mind influential powers, which would be mind control regardless. I would think so at least. I don't know, but it seemed kind of strange how it I won't say desperately, but it absolutely tried to help Ruby, but it's out because the others felt complete and as if they at least believe in themselves and understand who they are, whereas Ruby didn't. And isn't this supposed to help her become who she is? So why did the cat stop it? And it was angry for Ruby. Wouldn't it have wanted for Herb to help? Which, of course, Herb the herbalist, I love it, makes sense. But okay, the illusions and the thing in the trailer that was mentioned about different characters, their abilities, so on and so forth. Not abilities, but their previous selves. Once again, the other 3 girls except Ruby, it was very straightforward, they were just reaffirming what they already believed. Ruby being the exception. And that clearly is going back to the thing I wanted to say, where it seems like the focus is mostly on Ruby, not even the others, and that's why I'm kind of confused why they even have them here. I guess because, realistically speaking, if they wanted to develop mostly Ruby, I mean, it is better for all of them to be developing at the same time. It's just that this really seems super Ruby focused, this volume at least, which I wouldn't. It's not that I wouldn't mind it. The opposite. I actually like that. I just wonder whether by the end I'm gonna be feeling like I would have rather if only Ruby, Jean and Neo fell, so that we can focus more on them instead of on the others. If they do nothing, I mean. Granted, the fight was pretty cool in the last episode, but if the others won't change, then I don't see the reason for them being here. Unless power up, which once again that is absolutely an option. Also time skip is an option. So yes, if those happen also can be the case, but because we won't be getting them, or at least we won't be learning about such possibilities for a little while, at least for now, solely when it comes to character, it seems like the only one that really is being focused on is RWBY. I mean, I guess Wise had the little thing about feeling sad, so on and so forth, but I don't know. One thing that people have been complaining with Wise being comical relief, comedic relief? Yes. I actually don't mind it even remotely, and I don't even think it's out of character, solely on the fact that I don't think Wise is doing it on purpose. If she was doing it on purpose, then yes, absolutely. But I do think that just the perspective of the audience is kind of skewing the perception a little, where what she's doing is funny to us, but I wouldn't say Wise thinks it is funny. Or at least, while she's doing it, she doesn't think so. So, that's something. But, talking about Wise, and actually, yeah, I'll talk a little bit about Wise. They mentioned that the carpenter, who's apparently sweet, so is that gonna be the Iron Lady? They definitely mentioned the name, which means we are absolutely meeting them. One thing I'm kind of worried. Which order did they say? Because the knight is definitely Jean. Let's not delude ourselves. And yes, I know what they just said, that he's Jean, especially with Wise's little comment. Let's see. Okay. That's unfortunate, because it makes him believe that first we're going to be meeting the lively carpenter, and then the rusted knight. So no Jean until episode 5. Or 6 rather. I mean, definitely no Jean until episode 5, because he wasn't here either. But yes, he's the knight, or at least I desperately hope so, because I think he's the last character, at least, that was mentioned at the start, the rusted knight I mean. And I assume it has to be Jean. Come on, it's his armor, it is him. Or, once again, if it isn't him, it's someone that's super connected to him in one way or another. Excluding that, the Lovely Carpenter is a new addition, which is probably in the next episode. Or is it the Iron Lady? Is not the Iron Lady the Lovely Carpenter? But she's a smith, not a carpenter. I think that's just an entirely new character that we'll be meeting, and we'll see what's their deal. Maybe, I think, if I watched the trailer, I have watched the trailer, but I don't remember it. I'm rather positive that in this acre, there we go, that they meet the Rusted Knight, or at the very least that we see him first on this acre, because in the trailer there was a giant rabbit running, and from the opening we know that the rabbit is the Rusted Knight's steed. I think so. I mean, it seems like they're cozy together and they work together. It has to be his steed, I assume as much. So it could be possible that we see the Rusted Knight in the next one, but where I was going with everything is, hopefully we're seeing him in the next one. I really hope so, because, come on now, I know people don't like Jean, I love him, and I desperately hope he gets to do a lot in this volume, as much as people would hate it. But, what else I wanted to say is the little mention that Wise said about the shipping thing. Because let's be honest, I could be deluding myself, and I won't mind if I'm wrong here. I really want to say this. I don't mind being wrong, not even remotely. I would like to be wrong, but just like the Oscar RWBY thing, which is 110% what the story is doing, it's not anything in my imagination? I think that's what I want to say. But yeah, the writers absolutely want that, and I think the RWBY and Oscar thing is so certain that a writer from RWBY straight up said that's going to be the case without saying it, where someone criticized the idea and then they defended it to death or something. I don't know. But yeah, the thing with Oscar and RWBY is definitely happening, which could be curious if they do a time skip. And I do hope, because I think it would be more interesting, is if by the time they actually go back, Oscar and Tailspin are already fused, because that theoretically, it should be an entirely new character we've never seen before, and both Oscar and Tailspin would be dead, realistically speaking. Even though it's an amalgam, and yes, I know they wouldn't be dead, they reincarnate into one each other, but realistically, both personalities wouldn't exist anymore because they would be just an amalgam of the two. Anyway, that's another thing, which the cat did say does have some uncomfortable, how should I say, interpretations? No, that's not the word the cat used. That's not the word. But where I was going with everything, once again, talking about things that will be complained about. I think they're gonna be talking about ships once again. I mean, it's not a ship. Is it a ship if you straight up know it's 100% canon? At least I'm convinced in my ability to predict that that's exactly where the writers are going. I feel like that's... Why did they do romance? I think it would have been better if no one in Team RWBY, in Team Juniper, ever did any romance. I think that would have been great. Why didn't they do that? No romance whatsoever. That would have been great. Would have loved to see it. But hey, that's not the world we live in. We live in a world where RWBY is ending with Oscar, Blake and Young are a thing, and I believe the last one, which we'll be introducing in this volume, is Jean and Weiss. So all the RWBY girls have their love interests, and we're done. And if you think I'm wrong here, well, first, I think it's incredibly obvious that John has had a thing for Weiss. I think ever since the beginning, like, legitimately he has. And let's be fair, his semblance definitely works incredibly well with literally everyone. But with Weiss especially, considering she should be able to 1v1 a maiden, with John being a battery, it's an easy victory. They really should be able... The two of them together should really be able to beat a maiden, but that's power scaling thing besides the point. Where I was going with everything is, I also rewatched Volume 8, and I don't remember whether it was Oscar or someone else that was saying about the things they cared about and things you value, and John looked longingly, I think is the word, like being in a trance at Weiss. So yeah, I think John still has a thing for Weiss. I definitely think so. That's not exactly where I would like the story to go, but I'm fine with it. At the very least, it makes enough sense that John still feels that way. How Weiss is gonna feel about him that way, I don't know. Maybe, and I'm saying all of that solely because she said that the Rusted Knight was handsome, and John is the Rusted Knight, so let's not delude ourselves here. So, yeah, it's definitely happening. The only interesting question here is, how are they gonna do that? Are they gonna do the thing I'm hoping for? Or are they gonna do the thing I'm desperately hoping not to happen? Actually, you know what? I was gonna say, I'm not hoping for this to happen between Weiss and John, but now that I think about it, if they're gonna do it, that means that John is probably gonna live. So I changed my mind. John and Weiss till the end. Yes, there we go. We actually have a ship, I'm sticking with it, and it's not solely because I want John to live. Wow. Huh. I'm actually more fine with that idea than I thought about it. Yeah. Definitely not because I want John to live, and now that I have that in my mind, I'm confident they're probably not gonna kill him. Yeah, okay. Rooting for John and Weiss together. And how they can do it is that he fell here earlier, he has become insanely overpowered, and when they go back to Remnant, they're probably gonna nerf him, in one way or another. Because let's be fair, they're not gonna have John being the strongest character once they go back to Remnant. There we go. Struggle with speech sometimes. Overall, I think that's how things are gonna go. They're definitely gonna have RWBY and Weiss. Oh wow! So this volume is gonna be kind of romance filled, shockingly enough. If that's what they do, I'm rather confident that they're gonna do that. Oh, you know what? After this discussion, I feel so much more comfortable about the fact that they're doing Weiss and John together. And if they don't, I'll be astounded. I really would be, because I'm so confident that I know what the writers are thinking. I'm convinced that's exactly what they're gonna go for. With John and Weiss being together. How exactly it's gonna happen? Not sure. But I'm rather confident they're at least going in that direction. Which is good, to be honest, because we don't know how many more volumes are left, and if they wanna give John or RWBY or Weiss any, and I mean any other love interest, love story, this is literally the volume to do it. So, this could be actually very good. I was gonna say it could be very good because if they give John to Weiss, maybe we're gonna have RWBY without any love interest or without anything. But I was just literally complaining about... Was I complaining about Oscar and RWBY? Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. But point is that is definitely happening as well. So yeah, okay, all the RWBY girls have their own partners. We're doing, all the ships are ready, all the ships have sailed, no more ships are happening, except I guess maybe Crow with someone, which Winter is still alive, so that's good for him, maybe. Who knows? I don't know where that's gonna go that way. I have no clues to whether that's gonna go in that direction, and I'm actually fine with that. I don't need them to focus on that. Actually, if they do a time skip, it could be fun. But only if a time skip. I don't want any more relationships, especially if I'm absolutely right, and they go with all 4 RWBY girls having a relationship, because as much as people, I think people have been criticizing the Blake and Young one, or they love it, I don't know. But point is, that relationship is kinda easier to do, mostly because they're on the same team. But the Oscar and Ruby and probably Jean and Weiss will be slightly more difficult because obviously them not being on the same team, they're not going to be spending as much time together. So I don't know how they're going to be developing their relationship between each other. And also there's the different relationships between the characters themselves, which Ruby and Jean, I don't think have had a conversation since, I can't remember, Volume 5? Yeah. Which I think is unfortunate. I would have really loved to see more of their friendship. I really appreciated it. It was also something for me. Maybe they stopped because people were afraid that Jean and Ruby are gonna end up together, which is such a stupid reason. If that's the actual reason, they haven't had Ruby and Jean communicate with each other. Whatever. The writers could be influenced by many things. But I got very distracted. What I wanted to be talking about, even though I had a very long discussion that was too long and too concerned about who character is gonna end up with who. I mean, I was gonna say it's not really a meaningless conversation because this volume could be entirely for this. Which, can this volume be entirely about which girl is gonna end with who? No. I mean, I guess for the other three, that could be the thing. And that's why they actually had them fall. I guess, yeah, okay, here's my prediction. They did this volume the way they did it because they want to develop the relationship between Blake and Young, Weiss and Jean, and they want to give Ruby her own so little development where she's with no one. But that's... Actually, yeah, I'm totally seeing it, even more so, with the fact that Ruby's probably going to be pretty annoyed at John at the very least, that he killed Penny, and Weiss being there and actually understanding the situation, she's going to support him. Am I seeing where the show is going? I think so. But hey, feel free to correct me in the comment section. Regardless, I really had fun. I think this episode really disappoints me, solely on the fact that it is very short. But, because it rejuvenated my hope in the fact that John is not dying in this volume, I actually feel much better about it. So, I hope you had fun. There's your delicacy fruit and show there, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.